A family member.
Yeah, he's in the
So
school.
those people in the waiting room are Jacob Simmons family members. We just had him talk. Is Jacob Simmons present?
Mr. Simmons, present, Your Honor.
Okay, can you let Jared and Sandra Simmons know they can't be in the virtual courtroom? They have to watch it on Zoom if that's what they want. Or on YouTube if they want to watch it. They can't log into Zoom. They are here, but they never started their audio, so I can't tell them.
Oh. Can we call him?
Yes, you step out and call them. Goldie Sapp present.
Mr. Sappy, here, Your Honor.
Okay, on the record of the matter, the people of the state of Michigan versus Goldie Sapp, file number 22-03217. Appearance for the record.
Jeff Reynolds on behalf of the people, Your Honor.
And thank you, Your Honor. Good morning, Jared Austin, appearing on behalf of Mr. Sappy, standing present to my right.
Okay, Mr. Sapp, how are you?
I'm all right.
Today's the date that was set for sentencing. We do have a pre-sentence report that was prepared back on August 21st. Did you get a copy of that?
I did, Your Honor. I reviewed that, and I've also shown that to Mr. Sappy.
Okay, any reasons to make corrections, updates, or deletions?
Just one, Your Honor. I think it was true at the time, but it is no longer accurate. I had him listed as unemployed. So as he stated, he has recently started a job at Bridgewater Interior. I believe the remainder of it remains correct and updated.
Okay, you can make allocution.
Thank you, Your Honor. Your Honor, as a report notes, Mr. Sapp is currently under supervision in our county 55th District Court for the same type of offense. So he's engaging in probation there, and he's engaging in the type of rehabilitative programming that he needs. It indicates he's doing his drug counseling. He's also subject to testing with that. He does have a substantial amount of jail credit in this case. I believe 252 days on a one-year offense. I agree with probation that I think it would make the most sense to just credit him for that time that he has served and allow him to continue to engage in the rehabilitative programming that he needs for substance abuse problems in the 55th District Court. Thank you.
Right. I see he has 252 days served in the Indian County Jail. I'll credit him 252 days. There's a $75 crime victim rights fee that must be assessed, plus a $50 state minimum cost, as for a total of $125. And we'll refer that for you to make a payment on, okay, sir?
Yes.
And how do you intend to make payments?
I can pay that later on today once I get once my payment comes in on my check.
Oh, you can pay in full?
Yeah, I can pay in full.
I'll note that here on the file. You can pay right at the criminal traffic window, or you can pay online if you'd like, using the case number, okay? Do you have any questions?
No, it said $125.
$125. Any additional matters for the record, counsel?
Nothing additional, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you, you're all set.
Thank you. Thank you.
On the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Christopher Galloway. File number is 22-030666. Council appearance.
Jeff Brodowitz on behalf of the people, Your Honor.
Morning, Honor Attorney Derek Edwards, and also public defender on behalf of Mr. Galloway, who's in the courtroom standing to my right.
Okay, how are you, Mr. Galloway?
Going good, man.
I'm doing well, thank you. Today's the date and the time that was set for preliminary examination on a larceny from a person into domestic violence. How are we proceeding?
Yes, Your Honor, at this time, as you state, today's date and time set for preliminary examination. People have subpoenaed witnesses. And as of just a little bit ago, I have called the hallway in the courtroom, and those witnesses have not appeared to my knowledge, so the people would be unable to proceed at this time.
Mr. Etheridge?
Your Honor, thank you. Your Honor, this time we're asking the court to dismiss the case without prejudice. Obviously, if the alleged victim wishes to proceed in the future, the prosecutor could reach the charges at that time.
Okay, dismissal without prejudice is granted. Did you prepare one already?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Commissioner Fletcher?
Yes, thank you. Okay, Mr. Galloway, you can have a seat. We'll get you a copy of this in just a moment, okay?
Thank you. Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, let's see. Bill has Jouts.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, on the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Kaiwan Lewis Jouts and file number 23-02138. Council appearance.
Good morning, Your Honor. Angela Delgado on behalf of the people.
Morning, Your Honor. Jacob Sargent Forrest, Assistant Public Defender here on behalf of Mr. Jones.
Okay, Mr. Jouts, how are you? Okay, today was the date and the time that was set for a preliminary examination. Assault with potential to great bodily harm, less than murder, count 2 of child abuse 3rd degree, and count 3 of a domestic violence 2nd offense. My understanding is there is going to be an unconditional waiver, is that correct?
Your Honor, yes, the defendant will be waiving exam on an amended complaint that I will file in circuit court, wherein count 3 domestic violence 2nd offense will be dismissed, and I will add an added count 4 of aggravated domestic violence 2nd offense. That's what I'm asking, that we've discussed this. Even with that amendment, the defendant still wishes to waive exam. That's not a plea agreement. That's just a correction to the information.
Mr. Sarks.
That's correct, Your Honor. The prosecutor informed me that that was her request to do so. It was my understanding she was going to seek to add that charge if Mr. Jones had chosen to run his preliminary examination. We discussed the issue. Mr. Jones is still agreeable with waiving unconditionally his right to a preliminary examination at this time.
Okay, and Mr. Jouts, you understand that you have the right to have a preliminary examination in the district court.
Yes, ma'am.
You understand the purpose of the examination is to require the prosecution to meet their burden of probable cause. So they have to establish that there's probable cause that exists and then probable cause sufficient to charge you with the crimes. You understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
You wish to unconditionally waive your examination?
Yes.
Anybody threatening you to get you to waive your exam?
No, ma'am.
Has there been any promises made to you if you waive your exam?
No, ma'am.
You understand the waiver is unconditional and you can't later change your mind and determine that you want to have your exam.
Yes.
Okay. Find over date is going to be September 6th. That's the date that circuit court will get the file from this court. Not need to appear in circuit court on September 6th. Your next court date will be set after that time, and Mr. Sarge will be made aware of that, okay?
The court like the PAC code for that additional charge. I can provide it on the record.
Yes, please.
It is, the PAC code is 750.81A3.
Any additional matters for the record today?
Nothing further, Your Honor.
Nothing further, Your Honor. Thank you.
You're all set, sir. On the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Jacob Charles Simmons, file number is 23-01623, council appearance.
Jeff Brodowitz on behalf of the people, Your Honor.
Hey, good morning, Your Honor. Jared Austin appearing on behalf of Mr. Simmons. He is present with me in council table.
Okay, and how are you, Mr. Simmons?
Well,
Today was the date and the time that was set for your preliminary examination on one count of home invasion, second degree, count 2 of larceny, 1,000 or more, but less than 20,000. Last week, there was an offer extended for you to plead guilty to count 2, and the people would dismiss count 1, and you would need to agree to pay restitution. And so my understanding is there is an unconditional waiver that's going to be entered today.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
And that, just for the record, that offer will remain open up in circuit court.
And Mr. Simmons, you understand your right to have a preliminary examination? You want to give up that right today?
Yes.
Okay, your signature is on this document?
Yes, it is.
Okay, so you understand the purpose of the preliminary examination is to require the prosecution to meet their burden of probable cause. That's probable cause that a crime exists and a probable cause to charge you with the crime. You understand that? You want to waive that unconditionally?
Yes.
Anybody threatening you to get you to waive your exam?
No.
Any promises being made in exchange for a waiver?
No.
Okay, your bind over date is going to be September 6th. Again, you don't need to appear in circuit court on September 6th. That's the date that they'll get the file from the district court. Your next court date will be a pretrial in circuit court. Mr. Austin will be made aware of that date, okay? You have any questions?
No.
Okay, bond was set at 7,000 PR. That will continue. Any additional matters for the record, counsel?
Nothing from the people, Your Honor.
Nothing additional on behalf of Mr. Simmons, Your Honor. Thank you.
You're all set. We're running Beasley.
No, Your Honor. That I will make a motion, but I expect that will be a dismissal.
Okay, Mr. Austin, you're on Karatni, correct?
Yes,
And they didn't read him over.
that's what I was informed.
He's got how many days in custody?
I know it's over 100. I have to reflect on the PSI to get the exact number, and he's currently, of course, in the MDOC because he's on parole, and the report indicates he's going to be there for a minimum of at least 1 year.
I don't know if you want to waive his appearance and I discredit him time serves, or do you want us to have him read it?
If that's the court's intention, Your Honor, I have no issue with proceeding that way.
Okay, on the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Brett James Karatni, file number 23-00399FY, council appearance.
Jeff Brodowitz on behalf of the people, Your Honor.
And good morning, Your Honor. Jared Austin appearing on behalf of and in the absence of Mr. Brett Carrot.
Okay, and today was the date that was scheduled for sentencing. However, there was no writ to have him brought over for some reason. And so my understanding is that he is in custody of the Michigan Department of Corrections, and he will likely be there for a minimum of a year. I have here an update report from our probation department. It says that he currently has 162 days served. And so I would be inclined to just credit him time served. Any objection to that?
Nothing from the people, Your Honor.
That is what I would ask the court to do, Your Honor. I certainly have no objection to that.
We'll credit him time served, and then this matter will be resolved. Any additional matters for the record?
Nothing from the people, Your Honor.
Nothing additional, Your Honor. Thank you.
You're all set.
162.
This is funny. I had to terminate the parent, so he's credited time, so we don't need to reset him. And then can we give him a copy of his knowledge?
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. Okay. Mr. Goodrich is back there, okay. On the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Purnell Sean Beasley, file number is 23-02119, council appearance.
Jeff Broderick on behalf of the people, Your Honor.
Luke Goodrich, as well as co-counsel John Lee, here from the Public Defender's Office, here to represent Mr. Beasley.
Okay, Mr. Beasley, today was the date set for preliminary examination and carrying concealed weapon, possessions of narcotics, and felon in possession, habitual offender, third offense notice. How are we proceeding, counsel?
Yes, Your Honor, at this time, the people would, I realize this has been adjourned once already. I believe at the people's request, however, the people would ask again for just a brief adjournment. I have had contact with both subpoenaed witnesses on this matter, namely Officer Marquise Washington and Officer Nicholas McKeeby. Officer McKeeby is currently on a scheduled vacation right now, and Officer Washington had a family appointment with his child that he had to attend. And so neither of them are able to be here, so the people would ask for a brief adjournment to allow the officers to attend. However, as I stated, I know this has been adjourned once before, but yes, the people would be asking for a brief adjournment at this time.
I only had that the 21 days was waived due to a need of a certified copy. I'm not sure what.
Your Honor, if I may, yes,
Yes.
when the defense was here, Mr. Beasley was here, we were ready to proceed on the 27th. I believe it was Mr. Kaltwriter who was filling in on that date. He's charged with felon in possession of a firearm.
Oh.
The prosecutor's office was not able to get that in time, so we agreed to adjourn. I believe was willing to waive his 21 days to give the prosecutor's office another opportunity to get all of their stuff together to run this exam. It's 4 weeks later. They're still not ready to proceed. We would ask the court to dismiss this matter. If they're able to get their witnesses together and everything they need, they'd certainly have the ability to refile this case if that's what the route they want to go with. So we would ask for a dismissal.
Does the prosecution's office intend to refile this matter?
That I'm not sure on yet, Your Honor.
Well, we need to know what the intents are because we need to conserve judicial economy. If you're not gonna refile it, then I'm granting the dismissal. If you're just gonna refile it, then it's a waste of all of our time.
I can make a phone call.
Okay, we'll go off the record. Okay, I am inclined to believe that Miss Shaniqua Parker just ran in here. Is that Miss Shaniqua Parker? And she ran in here without an attorney.
Yes, I've been in contact with them and I do have the attorney, but I guess they are busy with something else. They did say that they were gonna have this court adjourned, but they wasn't, so.
You have hired their office?
Yeah,
Is what you're saying? We don't have an appearance from them.
I have text messages and stuff. I was supposed to- They told me that they were gonna try to get it adjourned or whatever it is for today, but I still showed up because they didn't text me back.
Hi, Kendall, this is Judge Simmons from 64A District Court. How are you? Pretty good. I have a Shaniqua Parker here. She's been here 1, 2, 3, 4 times, 5 actually today. She stated that she's met with your law office to retain Mr. Toby White and she's retained him at this point, but we don't have an appearance. And she was scheduled for an exam today. And so I'm trying to confirm if she has retained your office. Okay. She told us last week she was supposed to meet with your office at 4:30 last week. Okay.
When they called me back that Monday to see on Monday.
They tell you to come in yesterday and you couldn't come in?
No, I sent over,
They didn't tell you to come in yesterday
no, she told me to come in
or pay
or
electronically.
send the payment and stuff electronically. So I did try to send the cash app and stuff, and I did text her and told her that I need to meet today in person.
You did try to send the cash app. Did you send the cash app or not?
No, I didn't,
Why not?
because it didn't go through from my cash app. Then I text her right here saying that I can meet with her today after 4 with the payment in hand.
When did you text her that?
Yesterday at 3:03 p.m.
Okay. Is she able to come in today? Okay, I'll send her there now. Thank you. Bye. Ma'am, because this is the 5th time you didn't told me the same story, I had to call, don't open your mouth to overspeak me. I had to call myself to confirm, and this is on you now, because Toby White's office has been even in my court this week. And they've been in the office. You could have gone, they have someone in there. You could have paid, you could have ensured that this was taken care of, because you're facing a felony. This is a serious matter. You don't want to continue to put this off, or to be in a position where you have to represent yourself. When you didn't appear today, you were supposed to be here at 8:30. This is a bench warrant that I signed to have you remanded. Tell me why you told me 4 times that you were going to get an attorney, and that attorney has not filed an appearance. So this is what I'm going to require you to do for me not to put this into the system. You're going to go over to Toby White today when you leave here right now. And then you're going to come back. You can log on and do it when you're done to confirm that you've done what you were supposed to do. And then I won't enter the bench warrant for failure to follow the court order. We're not going to keep going back and forth and resetting this while you keep telling me you can't get in touch with. You see how I called and they picked up?
Yeah, but
You can do the same thing.
I couldn't personally, like, wasn't trying to do it at all.
This has been going on since July 21st.
I have text messages, but it wasn't replying to me.
Did you call them?
Yes, I did. I
Yeah.
called multiple numbers.
Yeah, I just Googled Toby White's law office and they picked right up.
It didn't happen for me. I won't
Okay.
lie.
Okay, I need you to go there now and take care of this, okay? Then you can log into Zoom and confirm that you've done it, okay?
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Okay, back on the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Cornell Beasley. Is it the prosecutor's office intention to reissue this?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so with that being stated, it's not in the interest of judicial economy or in your best interest to have this matter dismissed, because you're just gonna have to come right back and be rearranged and get a new bond. And so we are going to reset this matter. The 21 days has already been waived on this. Do October 5th at 10:30. October 5th at 10:30 is your next court date. Okay, no, do you have any questions today?
No.
Bond at 10,000 personal recognizance will continue. You're all set.
Right,
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Mr. Feigelson has Mr. Frost.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay,
I think I'm just waiting on the police sheet. Thank you.
no problem. Ms. Donnelly, Ms. Trevor King.
Your Honor, I've not seen Trevor King this morning. I do have Betty Porter though, which was another surprise for me, but I don't have a good phone number for Trevor. Last he gave me was a girlfriend's number, but that girlfriend I don't think is in the picture anymore. But he has a tether,
He does have a
and then we
tether.
saw him on Monday.
We did see him on Monday, amended his bond. We had a powwow about coming to court, but he does have an issue with mixing up his alarm time, he said. So maybe he's gonna run in here later. I don't believe an issue or where he's violated bond, the tether that is, so.
So yes, I also guess the same that he will at some point, hopefully today.
Sounds good. Okay. So you were waiting for a police sheet, is that what you said, Mr.
Yes, I
President?
think-
Okay.
I'm filling it out right now. Your
Okay, sounds good. And you said you do have Betty Porter?
Yes, Your Honor, Betty's in the hallway. That I will be waiving the 21 days. I think I'm gonna file a petition for competency. In front of the court.
Oh.
Is it affected by the storm last night, Judge?
Not too much. It was, the electricity jolted, but it didn't go off.
Yeah, we didn't lose power, but we had a couple branches
Mhm.
fall down. I just glad I came in from a run 5 minutes before the rain.
Oh, wow.
I've been mad, I've been wet.
96 is completely shut down between Williamston and Weberville.
That's not
That-
good.
It took me, I left my house about 7:15, 7:20 this morning. I didn't pull into our parking lot over here until about 8:30.
Detroit got slammed.
Yes. I think they had a tornado touchdown outside of Williamston. If you ever get stuck like that again, get off and just shoot Grand River.
Well, that's the problem though, is that there was no notice of it until like Weberville, until I was in it.
Oh.
And then I texted Angela, and Angela said Grand River was no better.
Yeah.
I ended up going
Yeah.
south.
Everybody probably trying to divert.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Probably right. I think there's just a way to go through
Well, I-
Stockbridge, I think.
Well, it's, if you take what's Howell and
Yeah.
Mason Road right
Yeah,
there is
right.
what I ended up taking for part of the way.
That's what I was gonna figure.
Hurry
I don't know the
up,
name. of
I
the
guess it's not 10 o'clock. But do we know if Etheridge is running Bisbee?
He also has 2
I
felonies.
stumbled upon that the hard way.
He's trying to
Yeah.
see what they were gonna do over there, if maybe some sort of package.
Gotcha. You mean Etheridge does or Bisbee does?
Bisbee has 2 felonies before.
I was out making a phone call, but Miss Parker, what was her reason for not contacting Mr. White?
Wasn't
this
there-
time?
Let me take care of it. Order on the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Betty Porter, file number 23-02333. Council appearance.
Jeff Reynolds on behalf of the people, Your Honor.
And Assistant Public Defender Sarah Galloway on behalf of the defendant Betty Porter, who is standing to my right.
Okay, Ms. Porter, how are you?
Good.
Okay, today was the date that was set for a preliminary examination on a controlled substance possession. Counsel, I think you said you wanted to waive the timeline so that you could petition her for an evaluation.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Okay, Ms. Porter, do you understand that you have the right to have your preliminary examination within 21 days?
Yeah,
Okay, are you willing to waive that timeline so that you can undergo an evaluation?
yeah,
Okay. Is anybody threatening you?
no,
Okay. Have you completed the paperwork already for the?
No, Your Honor, I will have that.
Okay.
Prepared.
Okay, I'll note here that we'll receive a petition at a later time for her to be evaluated by the forensic center. We'll set this out for a review date. Okay. Any additional matters for the record?
Nothing from the people, Your Honor.
Nothing for defense. Thank you.
Thank you, you're all set. All set, ma'am.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, on the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Edward Foss, file number is 23-02467. Counselor Prince.
Jeff Brodowitz on behalf of the people, Your Honor.
Good morning, Your Honor. Assistant Public Defender Stephen Feigelson. I'm appearing on behalf of Mr. Abbott as well as on behalf of Mr. Foss this morning, Your Honor.
Okay, how are you, Mr. Foss?
I'm good, ma'am.
Okay, I have a plea offer here. It says that the people are offering for you to plead guilty to count 1, which is attempted assault with an
Count 3, Your Honor. I believe that's what I put down.
count 1.
Did I accidentally put count 1?
I'm reading that word for it.
Yeah, approach, Your Honor.
Yes.
Sorry, I may have misnumbered. No. Count 3.
Oh, okay, let's see. He's gonna plead guilty to count 3. Okay. It says plea offer for the people, you're going to plead guilty to count 3, domestic violence, and that the people will dismiss counts 1, 2, and 4, correct?
That's an accurate statement to me, Your Honor.
Okay.
And there would also be 7694A if eligible, Your Honor.
No objection to 769.4A for sentencing. And you want to avail yourself of that offer, sir?
Yes.
Okay, I do have an advice of rights here that's up to today's date. Please raise your right hand. You solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give us the truth and the whole truth under penalty of perjury?
Yes,
Okay. And that's your signature?
Yeah.
Okay, you read this document?
yes, ma'am.
You understand the rights listed here?
Yes.
Do you have any questions about these rights?
No, ma'am.
Are you willing to give up each of these rights in order to accept the offer to plead guilty to count 3 of domestic violence?
Yes, ma'am.
You understand that means you have to give up your right to the presumption of innocence. So you're innocent until proven guilty. You understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you also have the right to have the prosecution prove each element of the charge being brought against you beyond a reasonable doubt at a trial. You have the right to see, hear, or question any of the witnesses the prosecution intends to call. You have the right to call your own witnesses or present evidence that you believe further a defense to the charge being brought against you. And you also have the right to remain silent at trial and not have silence be used against you. Do you understand those rights?
Yes, ma'am.
And you want to give them all up today?
Yes, ma'am.
Anybody threatening you to get you to waive your rights and enter a guilty plea? Any promises being made to you in exchange for a guilty plea?
No, ma'am.
Are you currently on probation or on parole?
No, ma'am.
You understand that a guilty plea could result in a conviction that you may need to report to your employer, or you may need to put a conviction on a future job application.
Yes, ma'am.
Guilty plea could also have impact on travel or immigration status that you may be seeking. You understand that? Okay. As to the count 3 of domestic violence, how do you plead?
Guilty.
Are you entering a guilty plea because you believe you're guilty?
Yes.
On a factual basis.
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Foss, I want to turn your attention back to August 6th of this year. Were you living at 314 East Hazel Street?
Actually, 514. You say.
5 East Hazel. It's here in the city of Lansing, Eagle County,
Yes, ma'am.
state of Michigan.
Yes.
And also living there was a Laura Cassidy, is that correct?
Yes.
She's also your girlfriend or significant other, is that correct?
Wife, actually.
Wife, okay. And that night you and Miss Cassidy had some sort of disagreement, is that correct?
Yes.
And that disagreement turned physical, is that correct?
Yes.
And you physically pushed Miss Cassidy, is that correct?
Yes.
And she didn't ask to be pushed, is that correct?
No, sir.
And you weren't defending yourself, is that correct?
No.
I don't have any further questions.
Mr. Bartlett, do you have any questions?
Nothing from the people, Your Honor.
The court is satisfied with the factual basis. I'll accept your plea. Find your plea be made freely, voluntarily, and intelligently. This matter is set for sentencing October 19th at 8:30. When you leave here, you need to go downstairs to the 5th floor and check in with probation so they can get you set up for the pre-sentence report interview, okay? And you can appear in person for your sentencing, or you can appear via Zoom if you have connections that's stable and you have a video, okay? Do you have any questions?
No, ma'am.
Any additional matters for the record?
Just one, Your Honor, with regards to bond, Your Honor. Mr. Foster is requesting that he return to 514 East Haven Street, his residence with Miss Cassidy. I understand from speaking to Mr. Brodowitz that Miss Cassidy is on board with allowing Mr. Faust to return home, Your Honor.
Important, tell me yourself. So the motion is denied. Any additional matters for the record?
None, Your Honor.
Okay, you're all set.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
October 19th.
Yes, I'm interested.
Yeah.
Was there no?
No, that's gonna be set by the criminal department.
Oh, okay, all right.
Okay. And then Trevor King, I'm gonna issue a bench warrant to appear, and then we'll hold it till the end of the day, see if he shows up.
Okay, all right, Your Honor, thank you.
No problem.
Your Honor, I was just going to email all this and memorialize it just to be sure, for the court, because we have the status updates, emails at noon. I don't want to miss that, so I was just gonna email all this and email as well.
Email all the
About
resets.
Cheney and
Okay.
Sweeney,
Yeah,
yeah.
we've changed it in our system.
Okay, all right, thank you, Your Honor.